This is Levittown, Pennsylvania, a new suburban community of 60,000 people midway between Philadelphia and Trenton, New Jersey. It is fairly typical of communities all over America, where families are pursuing the American dream to give their children a better chance in life. Levittowners are people of modest means. Do you think a Negro family moving here will affect the community as a whole?
Definitely.
In what way?
I think that, well, the property values will immediately go down if they are allowed to move in here in any number.
Levittown represented a new suburban community for post-war soldiers looking to settle down with their families. Houses were made affordable to both white and blue-collared workers. But as Levittown expanded, they slowly sold houses to white buyers and completely excluded all minorities, especially African Americans. Home ownership is the main way Americans create wealth, but discrimination in housing is the major reason Black and minority families have a minor fraction of wealth that white families do. Racial segregation, government policies, and redlining has affected the ability for minority populations to obtain homeownership throughout the years. In 2019, the median white household held $188,000 in wealth. That's 7.8 times that of a Black household, $24,000. In the 1940s and 50s, it was completely legal to deny mortgages and lending to colored people. In fact, our own government created the redlining system, where they color-coded communities and ranked them from best to worst. And of course, the worst communities were denied lending, funding, and financial opportunities. And discrimination in housing still exists today, but it's just hidden. A landlord may tell an immigrant there are no apartments available so that they can rent to a white family instead, or they can refuse to change the pet policy for a blind person who would need a pet service animal. And though it may be illegal, it is still a problem today. With today's crazy housing market, my family and I have been struggling to purchase a home, placing endless offers and failing to win at least one against the many wealthy competitors nearby. Last year, a Black couple, the owners of a Northern Californian home, became suspicious when after years of renovation, their home was appraised for far lower than expected, when in 2019, they had received an appraisal of $1.4 million for their home.
And what was the number value? You open up that piece of paper and what is it?
Oh, $998,000.
Less than $1 million.
Less than $1 million.
Which means almost $400,000 less than the appraisal you got a year earlier.
Yes.
And so this time around, they applied for a new appraisal.
I'm going to guarantee that I'm going to get the appraisal that my house is supposed to get.
And in the United States, what is your best guarantee of getting the best rate possible?
Being white.
So they had a white friend stand in for them, and they removed all their belongings that indicated that they were of a Black African American descent.
You open the paper and it says what?
1.482.
Yes, $500,000 difference.
And if this continues, the generational wealth gap between minorities and whites will only grow bigger and bigger.